Ecclesiasticus 32:7. It says, "Speak, young man, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked." Just take discipline. It says, "Speak, young man, if there be need of thee." If there's a need for you to speak, then you know all the time it's not a need for you to say anything. And yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much and few words. Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. And that's how I roll. Do you think everyone I meet, I got to deal with the intelligence that the Most High has allowed me to, in his spirit, to bring forth? No. Sometimes I just listen. And I say, wow, that's deep. Really? Man, wow. Then they start revealing things to me. Then I just little by little bring a little here, a little there. Some people you don't even want to deal with because you know from where they're coming from. You listen, you ask the right question. You know, oh, shoot, there ain't no time to be dealing with them in this matter. Say, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. Shoot, everybody equal now. Everybody the same. Say, but you be around great men, say, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men, elders are in place, use not many words. So if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. See, everybody think they're equal. So a lot of times when you allow people to get near you, that's why a lot of the preachers, you can't talk to them. Because when you let people get near you, they figure that we all the same. When we're not the same. And even in my time of learning, I followed this. I humbled myself before young men that was before me, that knew what I didn't know. So me as an elder, I mean, you don't have to do the same thing I went through. Not nobody that's way older than me trying to learn this truth. But at my age, I had to learn from young brothers. Anybody knew me, I was in order. And that's how it has to be. Because if thou be among great men, they were great men to me. Because they knew this truth. They knew it. And some, there's only a few of us that still, still moving in this truth. And it feel good to see them, to know or hear about them. They still rolling. Feel good. And it's sad to know that those that you really loved and cared about, no more. Involved in this learning. That's if you truly love your people. Some people don't care. Some people can care less. Most High say he loved Jacob. He said, remember we just read, he don't want to see nobody perish. But it says, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. That's order. And he's saying, think about this. You can try this if you want to. You don't have to try this if you don't. He said, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. It says. Before the thunder goeth lightning, Lightning strikes. Then you hear the thunder, boom. And before a shamefaced man shall go favor. Meaning shamefaced or humble. You know. That's contrary to being prideful. It's very important. Verse 17, it says, a sinful man will not be reproved. You can't tell him what to do. But findeth an excuse according to his will. Gonna find an excuse according to his will. But what does Romans 2:1 says? Therefore thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art that judges. You're inexcusable, even if you're making a judgment upon yourself. So you inexcusable, but they gonna do what? A sinful man, in Ecclesiastes 32:17, a sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. See? Going back to Romans 2:8. But unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, do not obey what it is that you're hearing. This is the truth, everything that we're reading. That's why I'm canceling out your ability to say this or that. These are statements that's being made to lead you to the kingdom. And do not obey the truth. You don't want to obey the truth, which is the scriptures, the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and all the word of the Most High. But obey unrighteousness, doing what's wrong, indignation and wrath coming upon you. Tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that doeth evil, of the Jew first and also of the Gentile. Oh, they like to use that. Jew first and also of the Gentile. Now, who's he talking to? He's talking to the Israelites. But you got to look at Israel today calls themselves what? Majority of us, Gentiles. Remember, that's why the Spirit had me go to, there's nothing new under the sun. It has been already. Gentile here, Gentile now. But glory and honor and peace to every man that worketh good. To the Jew first and also to the Gentile. The Gentile meaning those of the Israelites that are in the land of Rome. And that's way far away from Jerusalem, from Israel. This is to the Israelites that's in Rome. To the Jew first and also to the Gentile. The foreigners. They call them the uncircumcised. For there is no respect of persons with the Most High. Remember, he had respect of person to who? He had respect to Israel when we gather ourselves together. For as many as have sinned without law shall also perish without law. You hear what he said? So all you that say, oh, well, you don't want to come back to the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. He said, you're going to perish without the law. Oh, no, y'all got it too hard. I heard that. Brother's gone now. But you don't want to follow the law? What did he say? For as many as have sinned, broken the laws of the Most High, his rules and regulations, without law, shall also perish without law. He's still going to take you out, even though you don't want to follow the laws of the Most High. And as many as have sinned in the law, those that know the law and apply the law in their life, shall be judged by the law. Will be judged by the law. For not the hearers of the law are just before the Most High, but the doers of the law shall be justified. Just because you hear You listening, a lot of you listening, but you're not doing the law. You're not applying it in your life. And that's what we're dealing with here as he's giving us directions over and over again. Over and over again. But man want to follow his own way. For not hearers of the law are just before the Most High, but the doers of the law shall be justified. For when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law are a law unto themselves. See that? Which show the work of the law written in their hearts and their minds, their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts the meanwhile accusing or else excusing one another. Accusing someone, oh, you did this wrong, you did this, that, whatever, and excusing one another. Sometimes they show respect to persons. And because that's your boy or that's your girl, you let them slide. That's one thing I love in not being biased. I'm not in this because, okay, because you know me, you got special privilege. Ain't nobody got a privilege. I don't even have no special privilege. Like I tell you all the time, this cut me before it cut you. Especially if I'm older than you, like the elder. Because I think about things that I've done, even though I repented, even though, I ask for forgiveness, still comes to mind like, whoa, wow, man. It still hit home, and that keeps me humble. This is talking to the Israelites. Verse 15, which show the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts the meanwhile accusing somebody or else excusing one another. We can show mercy to our brothers and sisters. Most High is long suffering. He's showing us mercy and grace. Like Mashiach Shai showed mercy unto the lady that had committed adultery. But he always said, sin no more, else the worst thing gonna happen to you. Because remember, he said he ain't going to the Most High on your behalf. Ain't no more sacrifice for sin. You sin willfully. There's the most sacrifice for sin. He ain't going to the Most High on your behalf. Listen, in the day when the Most High Mashiach Shai shall judge the secrets of men by Hamashiach Yahushua, the Most High going to judge the secrets of men by Hamashiach Yahushua, according to my gospel. Behold, thou art called a Jew, and restest in the law, and maketh thy boast of the Most High, and knoweth his will, and approveth the things that are more excellent, being instructed out of the law. Being instructed out of the law. So how is Paul going to say that? Or Peter Idiom said we ain't under the law. When he said you're being instructed out of the law. And are confident that thou thyself art a guide of the blind, a light of them which are in darkness. See, our people are in darkness until they realize that we have a culture as the Hebrew Israelites, as the 12 tribes of Israel. We have laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, gave us to follow, to be obedient unto him, and stop following the traditions of men and these man-made religions. Most High gave us laws, statutes, and commandments, not no religions. He said, an instructor of the foolish. See, an instructor of the foolish, a teacher of babes, which has the form of knowledge and of the truth in the law. See, instruct the foolish and babes. See, don't get it twisted. It don't matter how old you are. When you come into this truth, you're just like a baby. If you don't know this word, you don't know the word of the Most High, the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, you're just like a babe. You call them foolish and unlearned. Foolish is unlearned. Look what it says in go to 2 Peter's. And what Peter said in we'll start at verse 13. He said, yeah, I think it meet, I think it right, as long as I am in this tabernacle, as long as I'm in this body, to stir you up by putting you in remembrance. Putting you in remembrance. Remembering you. Knowing that shortly I must put off this my tabernacle, knowing shortly I'm going to be put to death. He was crucified. Even as our power, Mashiach Yahushua, have shown me. Moreover, I will endeavor that ye may be able after my decease to have these things always in remembrance. That's why we have the book of Peter. And what he did during the time of Mashiach Yahushua's life. For we have not followed cunning Jewish devised fables. It would say we have not followed cunningly devised fables. That's what these religions are. They are cunning devised fables. When we made known unto you the power and coming of our power, Hamashiach Yahushua, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty. Just like we eyewitnesses of his majesty through as it is written in the scriptures. For he received from the Most High the Father honor and glory, when there came such a voice to him from the excellent glory, this is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased, he said. And his voice which came from heaven we heard when we were with him in the holy mount. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereupon ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place. You see, always dealing with the light that got to shine in the darkness, that you may be illuminated, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. See? And that's Mashiach Yahushua, to the power of the Most High. Give you the light, which is his commandments, his laws, statutes, commandments. Being justified by your faith in the Mashiach Yahushua. Second Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days that we're in now, scoffers, walking after their own lust. Walking after their own lust, their own beliefs. That's how I feel. That's how I think. And saying, where is the promise of his coming? They're going to say, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. So everything remained the same. For this they willingly are ignorant of. Not knowing. Remember, that's darkness. They're in the dark. Gross darkness to people, right? Gross ignorance to people, not knowing. Not having understanding. And this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished through the flood. Most High killed everybody but Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth and their wives. 8 people. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store. They're kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of unrighteous men. That's why we got to be prepared, y'all. Can't take this lightly at all. Can't take this lightly. Or else you're going to find yourself in a fight with the Most High. And you don't want to be in a fight with the Most High, because it says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. The Most High said he is a consuming fire. Look, 1 Peter 2:2. See, as newborn babes, as just like telling you, a lot of you need to hear this. See, as newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. If so be ye have tasted that the Most High is gracious, to whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the Most High and precious. That's why a lot of men don't believe him. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house in holy priesthood, to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Meaning our prayers are going up to the Most High by Hamashiach Yahushua in the name of the anointed Savior, as a holy priesthood in our day and time. That's why we got to work toward this and not fall short of the glory of the Most High. That's why, going back to Romans 2:20, it says, an instructor of the foolish, a teacher of babes. See? You got to take this in as a babe. Let all that go. Learn the true understanding of the word, which has the form of knowledge and of the truth in the law. 2 Timothy. Go to 2 Timothy. Three and 5. Having a form of righteousness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. See? Some people have a form of righteousness, but denying the power thereof, the spiritual power that comes right in front of their face. That's why he said, from such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep in the houses and lease captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth, man. Ever learning, but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth, man. the knowledge of the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Where you're going to be at. Hopefully you're going to choose the right way and come back to the Most High in truth and righteousness. And stop using excuses that'll lead you straight to hell. Where the worm never died and the fire's never quenched. But if you fear the Most High, if you be afraid of the Most High, you're scared of the Most High, instead of being like the world teaches that the Most High is love, He is love. But you got to be afraid of Him. You got to fear Him that can kill the body and the spirit and cast it into hell. Yeah, you got to fear Him. Get Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, verse chapter 33. Verse 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Most High. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Most High. But in temptation, even again, He will deliver him. See that? But in temptation, even again, He will deliver him. A wise man or woman hateth not the law. A wise man hateth not the law. But he that is a hypocrite therein is as a ship in a storm. See? And that ship in the storm don't know whether you're going to capsize, that ship going to go down into the ocean. You know how that storm is. Many ships have sunk into the ocean. It says, a man of understanding trusteth in the law. And the law is faithful unto him as an oracle, directing your paths to please the Most High, doing what's right in His eyes. Remember, He sees everything. Look at verse 14, Ecclesiastes 33 and 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. Let me read you again. Good is set against evil. So when you are fearing the Most High, following His laws, statutes, commandments, thinking about meditating on His commandments, meditating on the things that you're dealing with in life and those that are dealing with things in life scripturally, you could have a good way of life and be against the evil. Say, good is set against evil and life against death. So is the righteous against the sinner and the sinner against the righteous. Because they're contrary to each other. And when you fall into that way that you say, oh, well, you know you're right, but then at the same time, you're wrong. You're being told you're wrong, but yet still you think you're right. That's calling good evil, evil good. Because you're trying, if someone's trying to show you the right way, and you say, I'm trying to tell y'all the right way, I don't think that if I was going off, I think, trust me, brothers out there be checking me. Just like I don't have no respect to person. Most I don't have no respect to person. They don't have no respect to person. That's why it said, good is set against evil, and life against death. It's a balance. Everything. Up, down, in, out. On, off. Good, evil. Righteousness, wickedness. Everything's a balance. Look. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the righteous against the sinner, and the sinner against the righteous. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are 2 and 2, one against another. See? One against another. That's why you see contentions and all that. Like it says in Romans 2 and 8, it says, but unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth, but obey unrighteousness, indignation, and wrath, tribulation, and anguish upon every soul of man that doeth evil, of the Jew first, the ones that know the truth, and also unto the Gentile. The Israelites that are in darkness, or gross darkness, as the people are in gross darkness in this world. Since the Most High told Esau to get thee into darkness, they in gross darkness, gross ignorance, not knowing, not having understanding. So that's why we got to come out of the darkness, the gross darkness of this world, and come into this marvelous light and shine bright and be illuminated by following the laws of the Most High, doing what's right, so that he can bless us and we don't have to suffer. Romans 2 and 21. Thou therefore which teachest another, teachest thou not thyself? What are you saying? As a teacher is teaching, you're teaching yourself. Thou that preachest a man should not steal, dost thou steal? You become a hypocrite. You can't steal, and you go out there, you're a thief. When the book is closed, you out there stealing. Thou that sayest a man should not commit adultery, does thou commit adultery? Just like they brought that woman by herself with a man. Thou that say you can't commit adultery, do you commit adultery? Thou that abhor of idols, dost thou commit sacrilege? Thou that makest thy boast of the law, through breaking the law, dishonoreth thou the Most High? You talk about the law, and then you breaking the law. Next thing you know, you asking for forgiveness, or I'm sorry, or I apologize because I did something wrong, to be busted behind doing what's wrong. He asking the question. Dishonor thou the Most High? So we held on high standards. All you that are hearing my voice, that are listening and learning from the brothers that he have called in this last days to bring forth this truth. For the name of the Most High is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written. See? You put the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua to shame through us, through we as the people. All of you that become hypocrites when the book is closed. Because when the book is open, you're generally in order with the word. But when that book is closed, that's what he's talking about. When that book is closed, you out there doing your thing. Ain't nobody watching, but you know the angels are watching. You know the Most High's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, but you don't think about that. For the name of the Most High is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written, the circumcision verily profiteth, if thou keep the law. And we the circumcision. We the Israelites that know and going over these laws. At least you should. I tell you all the time, read from Genesis to Deuteronomy. Start reading those laws. They're pretty self-explanatory. And I know you should understand them because you never asked me any questions about them. So you should know. There ain't going to be no, what it says, verse 1. Therefore thou art inexcusable, old man. See? None of us. But what did it say? A sinful man will not be reproved. Can't tell him what to do. Or a woman. But findeth an excuse according to his will or her will. Most High say you inexcusable. All of us. Verse 25. Romans 2:25. For circumcision verily profiteth if thou keep the law. But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision. You no different than the Gentile-minded Israelites out there that's saying you ain't under the law. That's what he's saying. Your circumcision is counted as nothing. If you know the law and you breaking it, remember it says when you sin willfully, there's no more sacrifice for sin. I ain't going to the Most High. He got other things to do. That's what it says there. And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee, who by the letter and circumcision does transgress the law? Don't judge you by what? The law, because you transgressing the law as a sinner. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, in doing the right things that the Most High would have you to do, because the Spirit of the Most High, the Mashiach, is supposed to be where? In you. He that is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart of the mind, in the spirit, and not in the letter of the law, whose praise is not of men, but of the Most High Mashiach Yahushua. That's how it's supposed to be. That's why he gave us mercy and grace, people. Not getting something that you do deserve, and getting something that you don't deserve. Just a moment.